There's been lots of people splitting up and going their own ways this week in politics, as can be shown by Jeremy Corbyn and Zara Sultana's new party. The name of the new party is not yet being revealed, but we know that Sultana has stated that they will co-lead the founding, and a leadership election is expected to follow once the party is established. Corbyn has historically preferred collective leadership rather than explicit titles. It is expected to involve other independent MPs, such as those from Corbyn's former Independent Alliance, disillusioned Labour activists, campaigners and grassroots activists across the country. While the party is in its formative stages and a detailed policy platform is yet to be announced, it is anticipated to focus on tackling poverty and inequality, strong support for Palestine and anti-war stance, which has led to many people speculating that this could be an Islamist party, increased spending on public services, and a socialist programme with a focus on nationalisation of major corporations and banks. Early hypothetical polling, for example by More in Common, suggested a Corbyn-led left party could attract as much as 10% of the vote in the general election, primarily drawing support from Labour and Green voters, and potentially even finishing first among 18 to 24-year-olds. Sultana criticised the broken Westminster system and stated that the two-party system offers nothing but managed decline and broken promises. Both Sultana and Corbyn argued that the current Labour government under Keir Starmer has moved too far to the right and failed to deliver the real change that people expected. It's been interesting to see the left boom onto the scene since we had Reform give attention to the right. However, that's not been doing as well as it was previously. It's been known for a while that figures like Rupert Lowe have left, and as covered previously, its new chairman has been spouting some leftist ideas which have both contributed to the degradation of the party. It now has 4 MPs. This is in part because James McMurdock is leaving the party this week. He's an independent MP now and has no support from Reform. It's important to mention that this resignation is fundamentally different to previous ones because he's left because of his own personal allegations. He took out loans he couldn't pay and even abused his girlfriend in 2006, meaning he spent 3 weeks in a young offenders institution. If everyone knew about this beforehand, he probably wouldn't have even gotten this far. Of course, he's left for a different reason compared to other Reform MPs, but people leaving the party has meant that it's really not at the heights it was at late last year when it was at the top of opinion polls. Keir Starmer has had 1 year in power now. He's managed to turn over the Vagrancy Act, as covered last week, as well as carry out NHS reforms, make progress on rail renationalisation, and cause an increase in the minimum wage and increase defence spending. But, to put it simply, most people don't like him. He's been criticised for his handling of the grooming gangs, freebie gate, a lack of a clear vision, and prison overcrowding. This bitter distaste is what's led to so much action recently in UK politics. Wes Streeting, our health secretary, said prevention of all diseases is upon us. He's talked about a new app which will track how many steps we take and how long we sleep for. Labour is great at coming up with such ideas that most people suggest infringes very much on our privacy. An example is the ID card, something which I've also talked about previously, so this time they've tried to sell it to us the best way they know how. Of course, many are skeptical about their claims, especially since rates of disease uptake are increasing, but only time will tell if disease does truly get prevented if this does get implemented. Tommy Robinson is in the news again. He appeared at Southwark Crown Court on Thursday, July 3rd for a trial preparation hearing. He allegedly told journalist Andrew Young, "I'm coming to get you," during a phone call, and posted edited photographs of his wife, daughter and car online with the message implying he was exposing them. He's also accused of sending direct messages to Jacob Dunn-Huber, stating, "I'll be knocking at your door. Let your bosses know I'm coming to all your houses. And okay, got your address," among other similar messages. Prosecutors have stated that none of the alleged harassment contained direct threats of violence. Robinson previously entered not guilty pleas to 2 counts of harassment, causing fear of violence at Westminster Magistrates Court last month. A trial has been set for October 19, 2026, with an estimated 5-day jury trial at Southwark Crown Court. A pre-trial review is scheduled for October the 5th, 2026. All domestic affairs for you this week and all political. Is this proof that the political landscape is volatile and is set to get worse or not? What do you think? See you next Sunday.